Well, the FA have done research on how they feel that, you know, the younger children should be playing football, enjoying it more than sort of worrying about who's winners and who's losers. And I think certainly the children seem to have the same view as well. They seem to be enjoying it a lot more.
It's still competitive because children want to score goals. That's the end result of most competition. It's still competitive because at the end of it you'll have two teams playing against each other. It's user-friendly or child-centred because the rules are determined by what they need for that particular time and space.
If you're playing the same team week in, week out, it becomes laborious and boring, you know, and they know, oh, we can beat these this week, you know.
If you put unnecessary demands on a young child, it becomes counterproductive and it really hinders or inhibits their social and technical development.
As a parent of an 18-year-old who's done the 6 and the 7-year-old sort of 12 years ago, it was very, very competitive, and you didn't really get the football opportunities for the children that perhaps they deserved. By going away from the competitive element, you remove some of the negative elements to the game, and really, you know, to use a cliche, you give the game back to the children.
We've obviously got the festivals once every 3 weeks, and then in between we're asking the teams to play, if they want to, home and away friendly fixtures. We haven't set fixtures, we've let the clubs sort of get together locally and arrange their fixtures so the players aren't travelling.
They all appreciate that, because obviously some parents that have been thrown into it don't really want to be doing it every week, and you know, lives have changed, people's living patterns are different, so they want something that's flexible and they can access.
One of the things we've done as a league, instead of playing a 30-week season at under 9s, this season we're going to play a 10-week season from September to the back end of October. The kids are then going to play some development football, and then when the weather is good again, they're going to go out and play things like a World Cup style format.
They don't have a fixture list. They play the first few games and then they start sorting the kids out into sort of unofficial, informal groups of similar abilities. So every week the teams of better abilities get a good game. The teams of lesser abilities still get a good game because they're playing against teams of a similar sort of standard.
We know there are only so many players who are going to become elite players. What we're trying to provide at Grassroots is football to be enjoyed by kids of all abilities.
They really do enjoy it. They really want to come enjoy it. It's not about winning and losing. It's about playing the game. Because nobody wants to join a team where their child doesn't play. And this is the opportunity to give them all a game.
The impact for children has been great, because what it means for them is that they can enjoy the game without the pressure of thinking that they have to win at all costs.
It seemed today that the children all seemed to get a little bit more football. They were all active throughout the tournament. They were all playing it all of the time, so there was a lot going on. And they seem to be really enjoying themselves.
There's not much of a difference in his eyes. He still wants to, he's a goalkeeper and he still wants to keep a clean sheet. Even if they do lose, you know, it doesn't mean that he doesn't want to come back next week. You know, the result is important to him, but it's not the be all and end all. Playing football to him is the most important thing.
We're still asking parents and clubs what sort of format they would like, how they would do. We may consider changing things halfway through the season.
At the end of it, we wanted to enjoy themselves, to come back the next week knowing that whatever you did last week doesn't matter. This is a new time, new space.
They know what's good. You know, they'll play a game of football and they say, we played well today. We only lost by 1 goal. We played really well. And the fact they played really well is what they like.
Kids football's changing. Find out how to play your part
at thefa.com/kidsfootball.